Maria Montessori was born on the 31st of August 1870 in the town of Chiarval, Italy. Her father, Alessandro, was an accountant in the civil service, and her mother, Rinalde Sloppini, was well educated and had a passion for reading. Maria was eventually given entry to the University of Rome in 1890, becoming one of the first women in medical school in Italy and qualified as a doctor in July 1896. In 1901 Maria began her own studies of educational philosophy and anthropology, lecturing and teaching students. From 1904 to 1908 SH was a lecturer at the Pedagogic School of the University of Rome. Maria was offered the opportunity to introduce her materials and practice to normal children. There, in 1907, she opened the first Casa dei Bambini, children's house, bringing some of the educational materials she had developed at the orthophrenic school. The principles of Montessori education were developed by Dr. Maria Montessori over many years of experimentation and observation. They are based on respect for children's learning process. They are just as much about understanding how children learn, as they are about defining how Montessori is different to traditional education. Let's see of them. Respect for children. That's It is important to involve respecting the uniqueness of every child, their freedom to choose, to move, to correct their own mistakes, and to work at their own pace. Sensitive perioda where term stages sensitive periods which essentially describe windows of opportunity for learning. Individualized learning. Montessori learning programs are personalized to each child based on their unique strata of development, interest and needs. Another one is the independence. It is important provide children with the environment, materials and guidance to learn to do and think for theme Selvesto. A last one is autoeducation, that is based on the belief that children are capable and willing to teach themselves if they are provided with interesting learning stimulus.
Montessori teachers are not the center of attention in the classroom. Their role centers on the preparation of the classes for her students. A Montessori teacher must let her students solve their problems all by themselves, engaging them in the learning process and enhancing critical thinking skill.
Classroom relevance. Classroom relevance. A Montessori classroom intentionally allows for greater collaboration and social learning is an integral component to the learning process. Children in a Montessori classroom are taught how to regulate their own social interactions and experience the freedom to learn how to negotiate, share, mediate and compromise.
Evaluation function. In a Montessori education, assessment of learning is based on the observation of the whole child as they work and engage in activities each day.
How do people learn? The Montessori method encourages self-directed learning that promotes self-confidence, independent thought and action, and critical thinking, while fostering social, emotional and intellectual growth. Main aspects of learning according to this perspective. The Montessori method of education, named after its founder Maria Montessori, is an approach to classroom learning that emphasizes independence and choice. This theory of teaching understands that children have an innate interest to learn and will be able to do so in a suitable environment. Conclusion. To conclude, I think the Montessori method is relevant and recommended to work with children, because it offers a bunch of strategies and techniques to explore the potential of the students to learn. It helps students to develop independence, a sense of empathy and social justice, and a lifelong love of learning and collaboration. It finally promoted the individualized education, support them to become active seekers of knowledge where they can develop concentration and independence.